All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome back to the CrossUp Podcast. My name is Alan. I'm here with Jeremy and our boy Spiro. He is back to talk about Tekken once again. So just say a quick word. What's going on? What's going on, Spiro?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just been grinding, getting back into this more than ever, and season 3 is upon us.
Season 3 is upon us. So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. The light in my room, it's attached to a fan. They went out, and I just didn't have time to like go replace the bulbs or whatever's going on up there. So I just have like a white screen on my monitor. Hopefully it'll be fine.
You're fine.
So I guess we had a short episode. It was like about 20 minutes, Jeremy and I, where we went over our impressions and our overall thoughts about how season 3 kind of started and our general feelings. And that was before Texas Showdown.
Okay.
So we wanted to bring
me like a rundown of like
some of
the topics you guys went over.
Okay, so I think because I'm sure you saw it, everyone down the board on YouTube, Twitter, Reddit was dooming Tekken. It's like the worst patch ever, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's basically like they're ruining the game. But I think, whereas like usually, we like to say like, oh, these guys don't know what they're talking about, or it's just like, they're overreacting, things of that nature. This time, me and Jeremy both agreed we don't place the blame entirely on the players this time around. I think the way that season 3 was kind of like advertised was a little misleading. But then like, because this is based off of like imagining like the average player only sees like Tekken announcements through events or when they get uploaded to the YouTube channel, so they see like the season 3 trailer and things of that, or like even the Tekken live streams. And so like I think the information they give them isn't like the full picture, whereas like if you read like the Tekken announcements on the website and the patch notes, they give you a better understanding of like their thought process and like what it means to go back to basics to them. And so if you're not reading that, your understanding of what you could think back to basics is a little misleading.
Yeah. What's happening in my brain right now is I'm saying to myself, well, the definition of back to basics could be different it could be 1,000 different definitions depending on the person who's hearing it,
Yeah. And especially when it comes to Tekken after, things. So we said it's not entirely on the players. I think we got misleaded a little bit. But we also, at least Jeremy and I, we read like as soon as that trailer went up, they like uploaded on their Tekken announcement to like explain what their definition of it was. So already going into season 3, I had a general idea of what we were expecting. I had the expectation that we weren't going to get a super big patch. We were going to get what is essentially a continuation of season 2 with fixes. And we agreed that there's some really good changes in season 3, but there's some changes that don't make any fucking sense.
Okay, what's good and what doesn't make sense?
Okay, so you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, for me, what's good is that heat smashes don't splat on the wall anymore. Don't cause wall splat. That in itself was great.
I agree. I think that is good. That is good.
That's a great change, yeah.
And then the second one they showed was when the heat runs out, your install is gone. Also good.
Good. Basic. You have your install, you lose your heat. So this is what they mean by back to basics. Heat smash is a heat smash. It doesn't lead to an extra combo.
Now the wall splat.
Right. And no more install after your heat's out.
Now the 100 damage wall splat heat smash combo. No, we don't need that. No.
Exactly. We don't need any of that.
It does still break balconies and explode walls.
It does.
Yes, it does.
So, and I think that's cool.
I think it's fine.
I think
it adds a little spice to it. There's out of every wall if you add up every wall for every stage in the game, you're talking maybe less than 20% of walls will activate if you hit a heat smash. So I think that's a 1 in 5 chance of getting unlucky or getting lucky where you have your opponents back to the wall. I was going to say the other trade-off, right, is like you're using your heat for it. Like if you're at the wall and you can activate it, but you just activated heat, you're like, all right, do I go for the combo on the wall and maybe I can just break it normally, or just use your heat smash and guarantee the break and you can keep the combo going? All right, I like that. I think that's cool. I'm for that. All right, so what else we got?
And then just like reduce tracking on like just some moves like Anna's full crouch swipe. I forget
Stupid
what
ass.
the input
Yeah.
is.
Full,
Yeah.
full crouch down forward 2.
Yeah.
That's just egregious. That I'm glad that was nerfed. That let me tell you.
So wait, so I haven't fought an Anna, believe it or not. I've ranked up so much. I've played more rank in since season 3 come out like than I've played in a long time. But it's just a character I haven't come across yet. But so basically from what I read in the patch notes, I believe that you could walk it way easier now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
A lot easier.
That's kind of like how it used to be. I feel like in Tekken 5, it was just like that was how you beat Anna. You just sidewalk.
Right.
As soon as you see crouch, you sidewalk, and you get away from the wall rising 2 and and all that. All right, so that's cool. And I know there's a bundle of moves that it falls under, right? That's not the only move that's more steppable, right?
No, there's quite a few moves. I'm trying to remember. There's there's plenty of videos that people have gone on, and it's been a little bit since I've watched all that stuff. So I don't remember off the top of my head who's got affected, but like I know Anna was affected. I know Asuka is actually toned down a little bit, so she feels pretty decent to play against now. She's still pretty strong, but I mean, like obviously they added certain moves to a bunch of characters. I know, I believe, did they do it this patch? They might have not done it this patch. I couldn't remember if they ended up doing Reyna's lightning kick, if they reduced the tracking or not. Because at least from the little bit that I played, it doesn't feel like it.
Okay.
It still hits a little wonky. It's supposed to be pretty linear, but it is what it is.
Right. So what else? Did you guys have any other things that were good or bad that you could remember from your
Yeah. So some of the bad things. Okay, so I also think
I'm sure we could jump into all that too if we want to add to it or take.
And which we were going to be going to. I figured you had your own opinions on certain characters and things of that nature. But I remember we kind of talked about also that they wanted to focus on like, I think the wording for them, because I don't have it up anymore. Their wording was they want to try to kind of hone in on the character's identity, which in theory sounds nice.
Yeah.
I don't agree with all the changes for certain characters. Because like, as an example, Huarang, he got 2 changes, which is like, they're okay changes. Like I'm not like upset with them or anything, but I'm not like happy about them either, because I think it kind of takes away some of the skill that is playing this character. Like for example, Backlash. Backlash is easier to launch now on Whiff.
Yes.
It's a bigger window, which is nice, because like even for me, right? Like I play quite a bit and I play against Huarang quite a bit. I wasn't punishing it every time. I have to like really be on it to punish it, which I liked because I was like, oh, dude, I locked the fuck in. I hit that electric on him. Like,
that was almost, I think that's a necessary change, because I have a 13 frame while standing launcher. I have the fastest while standing launcher in the game, right?
Yeah.
Kazuya, Eddie and Kazuya, the only 2 characters that have it. And like, there's been times where I felt like I was playing good, and I'm reacting to duck under that, and he'll be able to block my I-13.
Oh, so really? I didn't know that.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sharp. Like I'm pretty good. You guys know. Like when it comes to strings, when it comes to reacting to a string and ducking and launching, that is like my forte.
Yeah, usually you're on it. Yeah,
I'm very, very. That's like probably one of my biggest strengths in Tekken. And like for that to happen as often as it did throughout the history of like fighting him, and like whether it was Tekken 7 or Tekken 8, I don't know. I think that shit. I think it needed it. I think that was a little bit too fast on the recovery for the reward and for the options that he has.
Yeah, which is fair. Like I wasn't running into that issue, which I get it. Like I completely understand that.
Right, but I know what you're saying. When something's super tight, that's a great
it feels good. It feels good. Just like trying to like one of the things, like I know I'm playing well if I can hit that 3rd electric on a launch for like on Amishiba. Like, oh dude, I'm on it. It's very rare, but I'm trying. The other thing was like the back one, his little spin punch is like more punishable, which is like,
now it's launch punishable now.
It's launch punishable now for it's -15, which is like I get it. Like a lot of Huarangs will use that to try to get out of pressure. So I think you should be rewarded for like if you call it out, like, oh, I know they're gonna do it here, and then you wait for it. Like I get it, that's fine. I don't like that they just didn't touch his low homing out of stance. I forget, it's like the down 3+4 or whatever that is out of I can't remember what stance it is.
Oh,
Flamingo.
like right
I think it's
flamingo,
right flamingo,
down for like the little flappy kick into the guaranteed launch, like all that damage you would get for the low kick you're talking about, or no?
No,
Wait,
no, not
this-
that one.
It's
It's
on the homie low when he goes back turn.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
It was the
That-
new
oh, the-
move from season 2.
Got you. Bakes
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just one of those things that's like in my head, right? Like you might have a different opinion because obviously you're at a higher level, you understand the game more. At least from my perspective, I just think
Right.
like when you have Huarang in the state and the way that he is and the way that he should be designed and all the options that he has, especially on pressure, if he's like playing really well, why then try to punish, which is one of his weaknesses, is this, getting sidestepped on certain strings and things of that nature. Why are you giving him like a low to just keep going the pressure and like basically catch you on a sidestep or something like that?
They want to give him an option so he doesn't so the answer to beat him is not always just sidewalk.
Yeah.
So like if that's the answer, then okay, well if you want a sidewalk to beat me, I have this. That's the thinking. But I hear you what you're saying. He's got options that track all directions.
And also, what is it like? I think it's like flappy kicks and a couple of other things that like realign. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah, moves that realign in this game. I don't like
I don't
them. Know why.
I don't like
just
it.
Don't know why they do that.
The only moves that should realign are moves that make sense to realign, like for instance, like a hell sweep, because the leg goes around, or like let's say Eddie's relax 2, he does a complete 360 with his arm, so like that should be virtually homing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which it is. It's almost it is a homing move that's not designated as a homing move, but I don't like strings and things that are just they begin and then you're gone and then
they just continue doing it and it comes and then it comes to you.
And it could be camera things too that get wonky and like it's not even legitimate. It doesn't seem legitimate.
Yeah,
I agree. I don't like that.
So, and I think it's also like we talked about it in our episode that I think they even said it. I don't remember. It came up. I think they're trying to cover gaps and try to make the game as balanced as possible. Whereas, like, I don't agree that a balanced game, especially a fighting game, is always a fun game. And so I didn't really agree with it. So they're trying to make like everyone competitively viable and make them all the same level. Whereas, like, I don't think that's like fun. Like, I think there should be characters that are like realistically, like, on average weaker than other characters, but they shine through because of character knowledge, character specialists. Like, I think that adds more variety.
Yeah, the traditional fighting game. Whatever you want to call that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because I think especially a game like Tekken, like especially like these 3D games that already require like a shit ton of knowledge. I think there's something that is not just on like a spectator point of view, but like as a player, you should be rewarded for sticking to a character and playing them to the highest level possible till you get to see like, oh, that guy knows that character. Like, that's a very niche situation. Whereas like right now in its current state, and you see it with a few of the pro players that play multiple characters, like, oh, this situation isn't working, let me swap. And because the characters are already so strong, they kind of just get to play the game.
Like the first player that comes to mind right now is Rangchu. I don't know any other bear player that plays that high of a level. Maybe I'm mistaking someone, but like I can't think of one.
That high of a level? No. I mean, you got really good bear players.
Right.
You got Sour Piggy and you got guys that are crazy, but they go only so far as where Rangchu goes all the way with a freaking
with the bear. Yeah.
Like it's crazy. That's a character specialist for sure.
And what's wild about that is in Tekken 8, I could buy that because it's Tekken 8. Like Alan was just saying, like it's all really balanced now. But he was doing it in 7.
Yeah. He was a real specialist. Like he was doing it.
He won TWT with the bear in 7.
And then got it nerfed.
Panda. Not even Kuma. He used Panda. And then got it nerfed.
Yeah, right. So I know some people like the theory or thought process of like, oh, every character is viable, so I get to play whatever. Whereas like for me, I've never once considered a character for its meta viability. I've gotten pretty lucky with Reina, I'll be honest, even if she's like in the middle of the pack at the moment because everyone's pretty strong.
Yeah, I would say Raina's in the middle, top middle of the pack.
Yeah.
She's just an overall great. She's got Weibo, and she's got 112, and she's got Electric, and she's got forward 2. That's just like forward 2 is all you need.
On top of having a down forward 2 for being a Mishima, things of that nature.
And the down forward 2, right? You don't even got. Yeah, I forget about that.
Meanwhile, Yoshi's sinking out the bottom of the ocean right now, apparently.
Oh, poor Yoshi. with your 278 moves.
I don't
know.
Oh God. Listen, you got so many moves.
Look.
You can't even do every. There's not enough seconds in a round.
No, there's not. There's not. No,
that's
dude,
not fair.
Like I can't.
Let's fucking try. Let me tell you,
dude. I can't. I was like, this motherfucker will be like, Yoshi needs to get buffed. Like, you can shut the fuck up, bro. We'll be doing a first to 30, and on match 30, you hit me with something I've never seen before. Like, I don't need to see that.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you look up mental stack, like Yoshi's name is in that definition of a mental stack. Like, he could create the biggest mental stack because he has the most moves.
Yeah, and so we got a little.
I always say that because Eddie had the most moves in 7, or was up there with, and I used to be able to do that with Eddie because he was a bad character. So like you're saying, he's like a low tier character, but you're a master of the character, so you could like, part of the meta is like you just overuse everything, like use everything, and then they're like, and then like some like basic shit works,
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, because we got sidetracked a little bit. Like, I got lucky with Reina, but like when I go into a fighting game, I don't look at who's the strongest character or who's or if my character's strong. I look at like, who do I like how they play, and then I don't care if they're bottom 1, like the worst character in the game. I'm gonna make it work, and that's my thought process. But I also understand that not everyone thinks like that, and so like, while I said in theory it's nice to say, but every character is viable, and I think in a fighting game it gets boring because it starts making other characters that should feel different kind of start going down. Not like, obviously they're not the same moves, but like they start kind of feeling samey.
I see. Yeah. And it's interesting to hear that statement too. Like a variety, like a well-balanced, all the characters on the same level playing field gets boring.
Yeah.
When you would think, because I don't know, but just to play devil's advocate, is it more boring for that, but then there's constant variety and cycling of characters in finals? Or is it like, go back to the old Tekkens and it's just like Geese, Akuma, Kazumi, Katarina, is like Jack, is like the same characters, the same people, the same, like that's, I gotta say, and I come from the old school where like you put in the work, you get real good, and you're the monopoly of everybody. You just own everybody. You could beat everybody because you're that good. And like, I've been there, but I gotta say, with the pool of players that are there today, and how like how deep the game is and all the added mechanics, I kind of do like the idea that like it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah.
Anybody could play, and anybody could win. And like, you see guys just coming out like, who's this guy? Like up there with Arslan and up there with like all the best of them. Oh,
yeah, and that's like that. It's like the good and the bad, right? Because like, as an example, right? Like I think if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I think, isn't that what happened to Street Fighter though? Because like everything was pretty strong and they kind of stagnated. Well, it's also not like necessarily like the game state. It was also because they just didn't get a patch update for like almost a year or some shit.
Right.
I don't know if it was the same.
I did a quick search on Tekken Showdown character, like their top 8 results. For Tekken 8, there was 2 O-rings and 2 Jack 8s, and every one of those playing different. In Street Fighter, literally everyone was playing something different.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, who were the O-ring players?
Frodden
and Cuda. I don't know who those are.
Cuda played Horang. Okay.
Okay.
I haven't heard of Cuda. That's different.
It was Joe Crush and Saint.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's fair, because like Saint came from Korea, made it to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Crush is just native Jack player. So
yeah.
I I still think it's pretty diverse. I think that.
Yeah.
It does happen to be 2-2, and then everybody else in the Street Fighter's got just complete variety. But I don't know. I think it's compared to what this game was,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a breath of fresh air because, like I said, I'm coming from the days where like I was 100% on board with you, Alan. Like I thought and felt and believed philosophically the same way you did, but then when you getting my shit rocked for like a decade more, like I'm like, you know what? I'm losing to the same character. Like it would get like I'd play in a tournament, like I come up to a Dragunov and I lose every time.
Yeah.
It's like come up to a Zafina, lose every time. And it was just like Eddie just can't hang in that match. And then you like everybody's like, oh well, you could just like have a secondary. And it's just like I identify with this character. Go through thick and thin with this character. I always have, and now we're at a point in Tekken where like I just can't. It's ridiculous. Like they're literally doing 2 moves over and over again. I can't sidewalk it. Every other character in the game could. I can't even play the game the way I want to play it. I do have this whole art and whole thing with Eddie, but what the game has turned into at this point was just like horrendous matchups and just being completely broken down where you can't do shit with your character. So when I think about how it felt to play Arslan, how it felt to play JDCR, how it felt to play some of these like best top champions, it sucked. It sucked to know so much about the game and be so good at the game, but then like you run across a guy that just like, oh, well, you actually can't do anything because you play that character. Because I'm just going to down forward 1 forever. Just going to down forward 1. I'm just going to use that move all day and running 2 and just do a low that you can't punish and like, I don't know. It gets to the point where it's like, this is what we're playing for. As we're now, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to anybody anymore because you have the system that Tekken 8 has brought. And like, I didn't even know if I'd ever thought I'd find myself saying this, but in regards to competitive play, it's a little bit more relieving. But at the same time, I can go get blown up by Joey in the basement playing it.
Yeah,
living in his grandma's.
Right.
Some random Fusion shows up, hits you some with a weird shit, takes a match off you.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. She rocks me for a second, does more bullshit, and it's like it's Tekken 8 and it's over.
Yeah.
And it's war crimes because anybody can pick up the character and do it. So like,
yeah, pretty much.
It could go either way, but I still think I'd rather that than
what was it before?
So I wanna back up a bit. Like what I've seen on Twitter and like just in general, people were mainly upset about the patch. Sure, I personally want to call this season 3. I'll call it like 2.5.
Yeah,
which is fine. Which is okay. I mean, this patch was better than the last, in my opinion.
Right.
But this patch also introduced bugs.
Right.
Bugs aren't new to the bugs aren't new to the FGC. Okay.
No, that's always a thing.
Now there are such a thing as egregious bugs, like the Jack bug and the Fang bug. Those 2 bugs, I get it. That shit was egregious. How that wasn't. I'm sure it was caught in development, and they just let it out.
I think they don't. I think I'm just gonna put this out there. I think these guys that are on the dev team that are testing this game are so bad they can't even catch this stuff. They're so bad. I think
that is also I think it's a very young team also.
I don't think you got Mishima Star doing the testing. I think that guy's like in the office doing, because that's a player from back in the day that knows what he's doing that I know works for them. Well, like he ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And even if he was doing that, even if the 3 of us were doing it, right? What's the chances of us catching that?
Like every single bug too. Like that's just something we didn't do.
Us, like doing that input over and over again. Like we're gonna do the input. Okay, the move works. Move on. We got 200 moves per character to test.
That's poor QA. If that was the case, if they did one time move on, that's very poor QA. Actual QA will spam the hell out that shit and see it and break it.
It's got a lot of moves.
Street
Fighter don't have that many moves. I mean, you look at your character. Your character has probably got more moves than almost an entire game's worth of characters. Like just Yoshi. Think about it. Some of these fighting games, they got like 20 moves per character. You got
I want to know, like I really want to know how they test these characters.
Maybe it just takes years and years and years. And I've heard this before where they do very minimal game testing in Tekken because they know they have us as a community, and they just let it out without testing it much because they know we'll test it and we'll figure it out and do the work for them.
Because I'll tell you right now, the second
theory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I'll be honest, dude, with the way that it's been going, especially the last few years, you see bugs an hour within the patch out. Like it's still in maintenance and people are finding bugs.
I don't think they're trying to test for it because they don't have the passion for the game like we do. They know we're gonna grind the game, we're gonna lab everything, we're gonna find the bugs, find the optimizations. Like they know we're gonna do the work. So think about it, even as a business perspective, if you own the company, if you're the head of the development team and you want to increase money for your people, for your team, for your why would you you could save all that work and have the civilians do it. Let the animals take care of it. Let the sheep take care of it, and we'll just save on all that money and all that time, finish the project sooner, let it out, boom, and then all the crazy, and it creates uproar, it creates commotion, it creates like attention, and rather than if you release the game right, and the game runs perfect, and the game runs amazing. There's it's going to be quiet. People are not gonna freak out as much, and then it's not gonna draw as much attention to it because people like the drama and that's especially when it comes to online and all that. So
yeah, I mean, you're not gonna see someone on Twitter yelling day in and day out, Tekken is really fucking good right now. No, it's if there's an issue, if there's a bug. Yeah.
No. Yep.
You might see like a tweet like, oh, it's pretty good right now, and then that's it. Or they'll mention it like responding to someone like, I really like the game right now, and that's like all you'll see.
Right. Nobody's interested in that.
It's hard for me to put all the blame on the devs when I know that Namco themselves are the publisher.
Huh.
Like, I don't know. Like even like the Back to the Basics trailer. Like I wouldn't have put Back to Basics if I was in marketing. I would have did something else. What would I would have done? I don't know. Back to basics on like in big font on the trailer. That could just like we talked about before. That just creates confusion across the board.
But think about what did Harada used to do back in the day? He would troll. Oh, all right, have a good night, and not release the trailer and like. So maybe that was the Back to Basics might have just been a troll. It could have been they just thought that was basics. Let's take out wall splatting and let's take out the install and let's give Eddie a move from a retro move. We're gonna give him an old move. That's a basic move. You're bringing him back to basics. Even the counter hit, the nerf on the relax 1-3. That's back to basics. That's how it used to be in old school. It would just splat him face down, no launch.
Back to basics. Let's remove chip damage.
Let's remove. Yeah. So it could be they seriously thought that. And they just don't even know what they're doing or whatever. Or they could be like, let's freak these people out. Let's just think of some stupid shit and make this the slogan for season 3 and get everybody. Like, you don't know what their marketing strategy is.
No.
We'll never know. Like, because they'll never tell us.
No, it could be that
We'll never
crazy,
tell
though.
you. No.
Maybe it's all intentional.
It could be. This whole season 2 into season 3 is all a plan. That's the real conspiracy theories, guys. George Bush did 9/11.
Yes, everything is a simulation. Everything is a plan. We're just in this matrix, even in Tekken.
So now I'm trying to figure out. Okay, when did Tekken 7 come out? Hold on. Let's back up.
2015 in arcade.
Oh, 15, yeah.
Arcade.
2017 on PlayStation.
And now Tekken 8 came out 2024. Right? And now we're in 2026. So around this time, we should have gotten theoretically
season 1, like quote unquote,
like Fated Retribution type shit, right?
Right.
We're already 2 years too late for that.
Well, maybe we are in Fated Retribution, but it's just not labeled that.
It's 100% what it is. They don't. They didn't do an arcade release. We were the arcade release.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think people forget that.
It's not going to be displayed the same way.
No.
spoken of the same way, gone about the same way, but we're still in that time frame
Arcade phase.
or that timeline of like where it was. Yeah, like we were at this time when Tekken 7 had come out, right? At this moment, like when I was living in Dallas, like we had just gotten the game at home. We were just finishing up going to round ones and playing at the arcades.
And even that version wasn't like the greatest.
I didn't even have rage drives. I just had just rage arts. But we got the still better than playing tag 2 at home.
True.
Yeah. It's true.
Dude, also one of the more egregious bugs that we didn't even mention, the fucking whiff the first hit of Heat Smash, still wall splats.
I love that. I love that because Eddie has that. So
yeah,
so we all about that, and that is not an easy combo to convert. By the way, that is not brain dead. No, it actually is kind of tight. The timing, you got to be very ready, and it's not a crazy amount of extra damage he gets.
No,
even if it's fully optimized, it's not that much more.
It's funny because before and after, still no wall splat for me.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Didn't they fix that though?
I know they did an emergency patch, but I don't know if that fixed the wall splat thing.
Okay.
So my thoughts are this. If you could space your opponent properly
to do that consistently,
where they're gonna whip the first hit of their Heat Smash, it's your job to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fail to interrupt properly, they get a wall splat. But your job really, they whiff the first hit, they should be dead. That should be it. Whether it's a little mini float or it's a full launch or whatever, there aren't very many Heat Smashes in the game where the window is like insane to interrupt.
No, it's like pretty big windows.
Almost every character that has a multi-hit, I would say every character that has a multi-hit Heat Smash that wall splats the second hit, I would say is relatively easy to interrupt. So I think that's fair that it still wall splats if the first whip.
Not to mention, it's like if you're not confident in like punishing it, just block.
That too, you just block, and you're only and it's the plus frames.
Because like realistically, like I think if their intention was to completely take out of it, I think it's a pretty egregious bug to miss that. But like, let's say that's intentional, right? Like, let's say they come out and say that's intentional. You guys have to like adapt. They're not gonna say that, but let's say that's what it is, right? You can just, again, punish it because they're pretty big windows, block it, but it does, like, in theory and in practice, it's not any different than any of the wall splatting strings that all these characters have.
Right, it's the same thing. And you could sidewalk after the first whiffs. You could jab interrupt, down forward one interrupt, block it. Like, I don't think that's too crazy. I think that's fair. That as much as I came off very biased because Eddie has it, but like, in all reality, I don't think it's a big deal.
Let me ask you this, Spiro. For every player out there who quit in Tekken 8, still putting out 30 hours a week, how you feel about that?
Wait, say again. For every player out there quitting Tekken 8,
they say they're
they say they're quitting Tekken 8, but still putting out 30 hours a week playing the game. What's your thoughts on that?
They're full of shit. Of course, they're I'm gonna quit. You got the streamers that have made all this money that are so successful and like they're gonna quit. No, you're not. You're gonna quit for like a week and you're gonna be back because that's what everybody wants to see you do, and that's what you do. Like you're not gonna quit because it's not even a different game. Like you said, it's not even season 3. It's like season 2.2, 2.5 at most. Like it's not much different. And honestly, I think that is a breath of fresh air.
Honestly, and like you say what you want, right? Like if even at the end of the day, you didn't get the patch that you wanted. I liked where Tekken was at the end of season 2.
I thought it was all right. I mean, my question is like, what did everybody want? What were you looking for?
They want Tekken 7. That's realistically what they want.
Tekken 7. They want everybody nerfed for the most part.
Which I disagree. I don't love Tekken 7. So.
You know, you always want what you don't have. When you had Tekken 7, you wanted Tekken 8. Now you got Tekken 8, you want Tekken 7. And it's just like, you know, it's funny. People forget people really forget what it was like to fight 2D characters in that game.
No.
And it's like, you say you want Tekken 7.
Right.
How about I give you a full day of Tekken 7 and you sit with Super Akuma and you sit with Atif Butt and you sit with Trungy and you sit with like all these monsters that used Geese and Akuma and Eliza and like sit and play them for a day. And there'll be nothing you could do but lose because you could play the whole game right and you do a safe mid and he jumps over your safe mid.
And people want that.
And the whole game's over.
No, you know
and
what
like,
really
that's a real great game.
You know what really pisses me off, and I can't stand it because I have a friend who says the same shit. He'll sit there, complain day in and day out. Tekken 8's a dog shit game. The heat system is dog shit. Rage arts are just a comeback mechanic. All this plus frames, all this bullshit, and then in the same breath, tell me I want what's his fucking name? I want Marduk back. I hate those motherfuckers the most.
Marduk is the most war crime character of all time.
10 toes down, looking straight at you. If you want Marduk back in this game with the heat system, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'll see myself out. All right. See you guys.
Oh, man. Marduk is a horrible. What a disaster of a character. He's
100%. And that's why I said, like, all these people that are complaining about the state of the game, and yet y'all want to make it worse.
Right. Ridiculous.
You know what? This is the epitome of the Final Fantasy problem.
Oh my god.
This is the perfect description of what's happening, and I'll explain it to you. When a brand new
means, but
no, here,
so
like
Final Fantasy 3 every night. So
yeah,
I should know.
That's a great one. That's a really good one.
Oh, dude, so that's how I nightcap every night. I just relax with FF3.
So let me explain it to you, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. There it is.
Yes.
When a new Final Fantasy comes out,
Okay.
it's dog shit. It's bad. They ruined Final Fantasy. The previous one was better.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for example, Final Fantasy 15 came out. Everyone dogpiled on it, called it the worst fucking Final Fantasy. This isn't a Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 16 comes out. Final Fantasy actually got good, guys. It's actually great. We should go back to Final Fantasy 15.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's great now. Yeah.
Everyone. It feels like everyone.
It's every
like
single Final Fantasy.
This is like mental illness. This is not even normal. But because I hear what you're saying. Like, how could I don't understand how people say they want to go back to Tekken 7. I just don't understand that.
Like, don't get me wrong. At the time when it was the Tekken, it was fun. It was fun for like as a casual player. I couldn't compete in a game like Tekken 7.
Right.
And now that I got Tekken 8, like Tekken 8, I think, like, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff that needs to be kind of tweaked and kind of adjusted. But like I can, like, realistically, if I wanted to pursue the path of like competing and taking that shit seriously, like I could do it in Tekken 8 and I wouldn't have any issues with it.
Right. I think Tekken 8 is like way more available for just anybody to have a chance. I think Tekken 7 and before that, I just think these Tekkens were crazy. Like you said, I put my whole life. I mean, Jeremy remembers when I moved to when I was in Dallas. Like that's all I did. That was my job, and I played Flappy Bird and sold iPads because I won tickets at Dave and Buster's until they figured out that enough people were doing that, and then that was over, and then it was just pretty much Tekken, and like you can't. With putting my whole life into it and being a second place runner up at Evo, like having the whole thing like in my history in my brain, it still was so hard. It still was almost impossible. So like I think, and then in this game I was only playing Tekken 8 for however long it was when I played Chikrin at CEO. After Chikrin won Evo Japan, I beat Chikrin at CEO. So if that tells you that there's a chance, there's a chance.
See, but then in the other side, because I already know how they're going to say, it's like, but if Chikrin's so much better than you, you shouldn't be winning. Like, that's going to be their thought process.
Chikrin is so much better. But what is it? Yeah, but they...
Because it goes into...
that statement, whoever made that statement would that's a very like opinionated statement unless you could give me a reason what that means he's better than me. I mean, because
it's like I think
better
the thought,
than me, but somebody who's if he's here and I'm here, somebody from here could beat this range.
Yeah, because
You
it's
know?
it's the I think it's the thought process of like if you I think what they think Tekken is, maybe, I don't know, like this is just maybe what I'm trying to think, because I've seen that statement online about certain situations. It's like they want Tekken to basically be like, if you're that much more skilled, you shouldn't lose to people underneath you. It's like, I think it's that mindset.
That's the
Yeah.
old Tekken 7 way. That was
Yeah.
it. Like you would create a skill set and it would be over. And like no one, you would have a monopoly over everybody. No one could beat you. And like honestly, that is not the way the game was designed. That just sucks. I was like that in Tekken 5, but like once I stopped practicing, people were able to beat me with variety of characters. It wasn't just like, I think Tekken 7 was actually extremely unbalanced. Playing Tekken 8 and playing Tekken 5 like at the highest level of all three, and playing Tekken 7 at the highest level, Tekken 7 was broke. Tekken 7 was not. You really needed to play tiers to win that game more than this game and more than back in the day. I don't know. The more I play Tekken 8, I'm actually appreciating it in different ways than I never really thought I would ever. And it's because I'm an Eddie player. It's because I use low tier. So being a low tier character player and actually being able to beat top tier characters now. And don't get me wrong, I get blown up. I get run through. I'm not going to say I don't. I do. But at least I could hang with them, and at least I have a chance. And back in the day, like I didn't have a chance.
Yeah, like
And
I
I
told
was super good, and I still didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I told Alan, like, I want to see Evo Japan. I want to see that landscape before I like make like a very definitive like answer of whether or not this season is gonna be good or not. Like I know we had tournaments already, Showdown, and I'm sure others, but I feel like if you saw Evo Japan, we'll get a better understanding of what the season's gonna be like.
Because this is going to have more top tier players going to it. It's going to have like, we're going to see in its current landscape what the highest level players should, or quote unquote highest level players are doing, and then that'll give us maybe a better understanding of kind of how we're feeling. Because I'm still not even 100% sure either if I like love everything or not. Because I still also haven't been playing very much. I've been just kind of playing here and there, especially with friends. So I don't have the definitive, like I can't 100% confidently say like this is how I feel about the situation right now.
Makes sense. And I agree with you, Jeremy. I think that's gonna dictate a lot of where we're at with everything. But keep in mind, EWC,
Yeah.
$1 million Tekken tournament. That in itself is going to keep this game going. Now, you take away that, I'll be honest with you. You take away EWC, I don't know if I'm going to go to get on a plane to go to some big ass tournament. Like, I'm going to go to Evo I'm going to pay $250 to enter, and out of that $250, $10 goes to the prize pool, and 240 of it goes into your pocket to say for your venue fee. And your venue fee goes up every year, and inflation goes up every year, and everything goes up every year. But the entry fee for the prize pool of the tournament is no different than it was in 2005, 20 years ago.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
I'm gonna eventually completely boycott these tournaments because I'm not gonna need to go to them anymore. Like, I'm starting to commentate. I'm big with my coaching, and like I'm finding my place in other areas than the competitive realm. So like, and don't get me wrong, I might even turn into a spokesperson to try and get more money for players. Like, it's just, and like, boost the payouts. Don't make it top 3. Make it top 8, top 16 getting money. Make $20 go to the pot. If $10 was going to the pot forever, and you change it to 20, think about how many more people you could pay out. You could just use that other $10. You could leave the 10 the way you would normally distribute it, and then that other 10 you could literally pay out below for people below, so to give everybody a little piece of something.
Yeah, make it worth their while to some degree.
Yeah. I've spoken on this on Twitter, and people People come at me like all the big names get quiet, and then all the nobodies come at me. Fucking easy for you to say, Mr. SpiroGin has been playing since the dinosaur era. Like, yeah, it's come take all of our money. You know, they like I'm over here hustling them and shit. Like,
it's the modern day echo chamber.
Right. How much does it cost for you to go out to eat dinner? You can go one time a year to a fighting game tournament, and you can't take the money, that $50 that you put towards your dinner. You can't put it towards a prize pool for a community of people with a like-minded hobby, and like really boost it. And honestly, it's like, you know, many like strangers I've talked to about what I do, and they're like, "Yo, how's the payout?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got to win. Like, it's got to be like top 3." And they're like, "Oh." So like to the average person that hears that, you know, these giant events, it's the greatest fighting game event in the tournament in the world. And what is the World Series of Poker? They paying out 100th place is getting money. 400th place is getting money. You know, and it's like, I could see back in 2007, like when there was 300-400 people that entered for an event. Okay. But now you got 5,000 people entering.
Yeah, you got thousands, and it's like not just for Street Fighter. Like, we're getting thousands for multiple games now,
all over the place, right? And it's just like, and honestly, I'll keep it real with you guys. Like, you do the numbers, you run the numbers, right? And I'm pretty sure you take the amount of entrants, times it by $10, which is what we pay, and then when at the end of the tournament and they do the payout, pretty sure even that is not correct. I'm pretty sure that's below what it should be. So but I hear Evo is now bought out by Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
So now, if that's the case, my experience with Saudi Arabia is nothing but generosity towards the players making money. So if there's anything, maybe that's a blessing, and maybe we are going to be headed in the right direction for the players and for, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If everybody, that'd be the easiest, greatest boycott, go on strike of all time. Oh, you don't want to pay us more for prize pools? Guess what? We're not going. None of us are going that play the game. What are you going to do now? We put on the show. If it's not for us, they wouldn't be in an event. So I think the players need to gain a little bit more leverage in, you know, but in getting what they deserve. But everybody's fighting over the sponsorships. Everybody's brown nosing and kissing butt and wants to look good. They don't want to speak up in front of certain people. And, you know, you don't want to be, oh, he's the greedy one. And it ain't about that. It's about getting what you deserve. And it's a financial world that we live in, and it costs money to eat. It costs money to travel. It costs money to, you know, have a life and do what you got to do to survive. And if you don't have the funds for that, you're not going to play the game and put on the show. So. Not like 1999 video games. Like, this is esports. This is streaming. This is Twitch. This is like big corporations are involved in this, and Red Bull, and, you know, we got a lot going on. So it's like, I still think the players are behind, and I think a lot of these TOs are just like, they're stuffing the money in their pockets. They just like stuffing the money because they probably realize it's only a matter of time when I think it's going to get really good for the players, like really good. I don't even think we're at the golden age yet.
So I see your point. And now the situation that I see in my head, which is actually coming to fruition, about commentators commentating this game, and certain players basically bad math in the game and being banned from commentary now.
Right.
In my opinion, that's just not right.
No,
you should be able to say your piece about the game and still be able to commentate.
Taking away your freedom of speech. You're literally removing freedom of speech because of an opinion.
Yeah, it's because of the opinion, and I think it gives the wrong message. Because don't get me wrong, I think some people are bad-mouthing game just to bad-mouth it because they don't like the current state and it's not for them. Mm-hmm. That's its own issue, whatever. But I think it's different when, like, not everyone, but like a lot of these content creators are bad-mouthing the game, but not because they like hate it or anything, because they love the game and they want it to be improved where they think it's improving, whether it aligns with Bamco or not. I think those opinions are still valid and should be heard and shouldn't be punished for them speaking the way they are.
Correct.
No, if anything, the Bamco should laugh at them and be like, haha, you're not going to get what you want. Too
yeah,
bad.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. If you're going to make the game the way you make it, too bad. Play the game and deal with it. But, I mean, as long as you're not outlandishly being derogatory and
Right.
you know, bad mouthing people and bad mouthing communities and you know, groups of people, like that's a different story. But if you have an opinion and you don't like the mechanics of a game and you think it's silly or stupid or however you want to convey your, as long as you're not like disrespectful,
Yeah.
why can't you have an
Yeah.
opinion on the game? Could be good, and at the end of the day, it's all relative because there's going to be a season 4 and the game's going to change again, and there's going to be different. You know what I mean? It's going to be a different game, just like season 2 is different than season 1.
Yep.
So it's ever changing, it's ever evolving, always.
Oh, as a reminder, we talked about this. I just remembered. You know, there's people out there that actually want the game to go back to season 1.
They want season 1 Yoshi. You know what? I'm all board. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't think.
Season
I
1
don't
Yoshi,
think.
bring it back.
I
Let's
don't.
go.
I don't think they. Even though it wasn't that long ago, I don't think people realized the state that Tekken was in season 1.
Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy. I don't know, man.
I'll take season 2.
I won't complain about season 1 Yoshi.
I'm
but,
only
you know.
going by my character, but I'll take season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wish Eddie was in a better place.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what the funny thing is? I've not run into a Yoshi in over a year.
Must be nice, huh?
Other than like the occasional, like when I was still getting coaching with you, it was no one else.
Nobody.
Look, I make it my life's mission to not lose against Yoshi in ranked. Let me tell you. Every Yoshi I see, no, they're not gonna win.
What?
Oh,
Do you want to get to the top of the Yoshi leaderboards?
I don't care about the leaderboards. I don't
it's
care
just
about ranked.
it's about sending the message. I'm not losing a mirror match. Mirrors are made to be broken, and I'm not losing.
No.
Okay.
Like there are only certain Yoshi players I will lose to, but
Okay.
there's some random guy on ranked. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say in ranked, I don't think I've lost to Arena since like the middle of season 2.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll get stomped out by Gray and Wasulu sometimes, but don't get me wrong, I stomp their asses out too. But it's a never ending.
It's back and forth.
Stomps. We just give each other stomps all the time.
Yeah.
We as us Eddie players love doing that to each other.
Do you have any? I guess since we kind of talked about what we thought was good and bad, how are you feeling? Like, what do you think is good that we haven't mentioned or bad that we haven't mentioned?
So I like that the game was not changed a whole lot.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Being somebody that puts a lot of time into this game, when you change and overhaul the game, like it creates more time and overhaul what I got to do at home to like relearn everything. And
It's
the
a
fact
lot.
that there's just slight changes all around, like I think that's reasonable, and I like that. Like you can keep up with that, like a normal human being. Like I have the patch notes up here, right? So it's like I'm looking at Harang's changes just because we were talking about him earlier, right? So we got the new move, and that's cute. They don't tell you any frame data on it, so you got to go in and you got to do it yourself. Don't be lazy. I like that, right? And then they give you a new other command could be performed this way. Expanded the hurt box. Do I even need to know about that as a fighting against Harang? No. Dynamite heal looks like they changed it from down back 3+4 to back 2+3. Cool. Do I need to care or no? No. Heat adjusted the opponent's behavior. Not necessary. Back 1, like you were saying. Now that's -15. Let's go hit the lab and get ready to practice. Or maybe you're just that good and, okay, it's -15. I'm going to launch it now. I
You
don't know,
immediately
but
just launch it. Some people are like that. You know?
Some children are gifted. I'm not one of those. I got to practice. So as good as I am, never came easy. While rising this, the damage has changed. Fine. Whiff recovery by 3 frames. Okay. Oh, that's the backlash. So a lot of this damage change. So I literally just went through all of Harang's patch notes pretty much. Pushback, the phenomenon where opponent can unnaturally was fixed. You know, like, what did we as players, what do we really need to know?
Like literally, I think Yoshi's changes was like hitbox and hurtbox fixes and like just tracking and alignments and like just fixes. No like frame data changes or anything like that.
So this is
and just
good.
like one move that's basically
like
a new transition.
And like
That was it.
Reina has that quick high 2 from Onsoku now, so you have to like look out for that, which is a very specific, and it's a specific stance. Like she fucking starts like essentially dancing with her feet and shit, and then she fucking hits you with a thing. So like it's pretty apparent when you should be like now thinking about it.
Right.
And then the other thing is
you could do it instantly though, right?
Yeah, you can do it really quickly.
So you can't even see the little dance.
No,
right?
no.
You could just.
I think you see 1.5 steps, and it's immediately coming out.
And it's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but you like honestly, like if you have enough practice against Reina, again, like I feel like if you're a pretty high level, you run into Reina a lot. She's one of the more popular fucking characters. You probably, without even realizing, you probably know what moves go into Insoku at this point. Yeah. So you should know at what points that's going to be coming out. And then the other thing is like her window for parry and heat is it just comes out faster. So now you have to be like really aware of that. So like those aren't like really the big changes. Other than that, it's like a couple of things, like some frame advantages have been swapped. The recovery time from transitioning from Heaven's Wrath to Sentai was reduced. But like overall, like it's not anything, and I think like nothing you need to worry about playing against her.
Right. Nothing. It's almost like this patch is almost like, hey, we're gonna make these changes for your character. Read up on your character. If you want to look at everybody else, it's not that important. There's a move here and move there. But like, I think that. So for me, I'm very grateful. I have a busy life. I work a full-time job. Like I'm trying to do it all, and like I could do it because it's not like, okay, now I gotta reconfigure muscle memory to block punish and to block this and punish that and to react to this, like for 7 moves for 40 characters.
Now, before you try to lambast us in the comments, not every character is like that, but most characters were like that. Now we have characters like Lily who got some crazy shit and now she's kind of strong, but like different stuff. That's that's a different circumstances. For the most part though, like you're not learning that much. On average,
what we read here with Harang is on average. Like you said, there's going to be characters that are going to have a bunch of changes that you do need to learn some new stuff, and then there's some characters that literally have like nothing, virtually nothing different, and you don't have to worry about anything, and then you got everything in the middle. So that's one of the things that I like about it. I like that I like the things that we, the install going away, the wall splat on the initial hit of the heat smash. I like all that. I'm trying to think of other things that I like or I don't. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I don't like.
Oh, the fucking lead down players one. I don't like that. The lead down players one. Oh, you got fucking buffed.
Oh, Lee's always good. I don't understand. At no point in my life did I ever think, what are they? Let me pull up Lee real quick here. So at no point did I ever think Lee was bad. Lee is always good. And Law, I mean, I think they're a little, okay. They need to get rid of Law's back turn nonsense.
Yeah.
And they need to reduce. You cannot have a back turn. Law can get 3 strings on your back. 2 2 2 something 4 4 3 4 into 3 4 3 plus 4 4. Like he gets all 3 of that on your back, and it's like 80 something damage unscaled. So like that needs to be changed in regards to what. Like
one of the changes, like one of the changes that Lee got is out of dash he goes into Hitman. I think is the stance, or out of slide.
Oh.
So he gets full mix up in out of slide, and he can just keep sliding.
That's right. Now crouching, it transitions to Hitman. Wait, is it forced?
I don't know if it's forced or not. I think it says since it's now transition, it's probably forced. And I'm assuming you can just cancel out of it, but like it'll force you to go into it.
But you can cancel out of it.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't play Lee and don't run into him.
I think if he is forced into it, it's not that big of a deal. Because then now he can't do anything. It's literally a slide into Hitman. I don't know. I gotta lab it. I haven't labbed it. I don't know about that. So, but I mean that is kind of cracked. Misstep 3 plus 4 4 transitions to Hitman. He got buffed.
Yeah, he did. Like I said, the lead down players won.
see what you mean now. Bunch of crybabies. It actually worked.
Yeah, it actually worked. And
how
like
does that work? You just whined and you got what you wanted. And he
it's
got a
just
decent
how it
amount of
goes.
vote. All right,
Yep.
1 plus 2 does not need to go to -3. That's stupid. That move is one of the best moves in Tekken. 1 plus 2. Oh, that's Hitman 1 plus 2. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
never
that's
mind,
Hitman 1+2.
Okay. No,
Oh,
but I
one of the
still think
other one of the other changes to Reina, you know her little Sonic ball, it doesn't track as much.
Sonic Ball.
Yeah, it's where she rolls on the ground and then she does that kick that breaks guard.
Oh yeah. You could just react to that and jump over it.
You can just jump it, hop kick it, you can punish it.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot you can do, but now it's less tracking if you're trying to sidewalk it or something.
Okay.
Is that the one I tried to like sidewalk and just murder by it?
Yeah,
The
every
ball?
time.
Okay. Yeah. Man. Yeah.
I
That
would
was really-
say the fact that the Reina even has down players is crazy. That's how you know you don't play more, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. That's a skill issue. She didn't get nerfed though, so I guess that's good.
222. No. Not really.
No.
What's her down back 2?
Her down back 2 is the little like swipe thing that she does with her hand. It's like the low.
Oh,
If I remember correctly. I'm gonna be real. I'm so bad with like inputs trying to remember what they are because it's almost a
Right.
memory for me.
No, I understand. Well, that got a buff. So
Yep.
-3 to +3. So I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's good. I like season 3 so far. I think they made the ranking very easy to rank up.
Yeah,
compared
there's
to what it was.
the little bit that I played, even fighting in Fusion was like there's like don't get me wrong, like Fusion players are already like a mixed bag, like in the blue ranks as it is. Like you're gonna either get someone that just got there through gimmicks and just got lucky, or they're one and dunning people, or you get some people that are like legitimately good at the game and they're just like climbing and they're on like a win streak, you know? Like you get
Dude,
it, you kind of
I'm getting those players in fucking Tekken God right now.
yeah, I was about to say now you get those players up there.
Doing gimmicks, and that's it. Doing the same gimmick.
I was
And I'm
watching
like, how did you get here?
yeah, I was watching my friend Lotus, who was trying to get to God again with his Huarang, and I was just watching him play in TGS, and I was like, bro, these fucking like the things that should be like easy punishes on Huarang just missed. They don't know the strings. They're getting hit by like random bullshit. They're just like throwing out random launchers and gimmicks, and they're hoping it hits them.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely kind of crazy.
So I think
But yeah, it seems easier, but I think that entices more people to jump into the rank pool and play.
maybe
maybe.
it will.
So
I
that'll
haven't,
be
like I said, I haven't
probably-
played too much.
Yeah, I think that works out better overall. So if you make it so hard to rank up, you're going to get your rank and you're not going to play anymore. You're going to want to save your rank because it took you so long and so hard to get it. You don't want to deter people from it. You want to attract people to it.
Yep.
Motherfucker, like, what? This motherfucker really goes, yeah, like Yoshi didn't get any changes. Motherfucker takes up my whole screen with the amount of changes he got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people don't know what they're saying. But that's okay. Yoshi got a lot of changes. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
that's what I'm saying. He just
It's
sat here,
easy.
told us to our face. Yeah, he didn't get that much change.
I know your 1-1 got wrecked on counter hit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
That's whatever.
Good.
That's
Good for you.
You deserve it. All
That's
of you
fine.
deserve
That's
it.
fine. Look, like
You
Alan said,
got so much stuff. You're like,
Wait.
that's fine.
like Alan said, people want season 1 Tekken, so you want 1-1 counter hit from
Yeah.
Yoshi?
No.
Where that was a full launcher? That's what you want? Okay. And then you want the pre-nerf flash, which again, people still can't nerf flash properly. Still, I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, that shit's fucking. That's 22 frames. You can't launch that shit.
It comes out in 7 frames. If it's too fast for people, and
Yeah.
then it's already.
Bro, I guess it's because it's probably because I play him so much. The second I see Flash come out, like I'm already mashing down forward 2 or electric. Like it doesn't even matter if it hits me. Like I'm going.
If you got the conditioning for it, it's done.
Yeah.
But when you're not ready for that, or you don't see that a lot, or get hit with, that's hard to punish.
Dude, I like playing the mirror match, right? And I do a heat smash, and I hit them, and I just stand there to see what they do. If they flash, they're dead. I know it's in the back at that point.
That's right.
Dude, I actually love running into Yoshi players because it's so funny because they try to run the gimmick gauntlet on you, and then the minute that none of it works, they're stun locked. They don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. Like I stop all my gimmicks and just let them do what they need to do on the screen and wait for them to get done.
That's right.
I think I'm only lost to one Yoshi, and it was one match like 6 months ago. And so since Tekken 8, it's the one Yoshi that got me, and then I beat him the next match, and then he won and done me and left.
Of course he did.
He lost, and he's like, I can't do this no more. I'm out.
Right. Yeah, people it's crazy. Wait, they still use the star for neutral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that never changed. That is old. That's
very old. Yeah, that's old. They just never changed it.
I feel like I haven't seen that star in a while. I don't know why. I feel like they use it for like inputting electric, so they still have the neutral star in there, or no?
They
take that out.
Yeah, it's in there.
Out. It's in there. I don't know why the Yoshi one just caught my eye.
The Yoshi one caught your eye, yeah, because it's not in the. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I learned really quick what that was because for those that don't know or haven't seen like a previous episode, Tekken 8's the first Tekken that I've like actually tried to learn. Other than like Tekken 7, I tried to play a little bit, but I just wasn't into it that much. So I only have like 50 hours in it or something like that. But Tekken 8 was like the first one I like dove in and tried to learn a character and like its moveset and like learn how to play the game properly. And so I was like, what the fuck is this star? And so I had to like learn what that was.
Like, okay, Lydia's quarter circle forward 2. Shouldn't there technically be a star there? There ain't no way you're going from a forward back to a down without a neutral.
Well, technically, right? you don't go neutral. Because it's just like Street Fighter Supers. You go down, quarter circle, down, quarter circle. You're not letting go of like the stick never goes back to neutral if you were playing on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's for a millisecond. It's neutraling.
Well, whereas I think
anytime you take your thumb, whether you're operating a stick or you're playing on a pad, right? Anytime you stop going in a direction, at that point, it's a neutral.
Yeah, but I think because it's so fast, like when you're doing like, you're in training mode and you see the inputs, there's no gap. Whereas like when you're doing an electric, no matter how fast you're doing it, there's like a slight like gap, I guess. I don't know.
Because it's literally the same gap. That's what I'm saying. 2 quarter circle forwards is no different from forward, down, down, forward. I'm taking the 3rd direction, and the 4th direction is the same as the 1st and 2nd direction of an electric.
Yeah, I don't
literally the same. There's just no neutral there. I knew I wasn't crazy. I was like, I haven't seen that star in years.
Well, I think it's because like, obviously you can do an electric like slower. So you do the forward, let go, down, down, forward, and it'll go out. Whereas if you do the down quarter circle, wait, down quarter circle, it's not going to come out.
Right. Okay. Because even Kuma's electric, they're just doing forward, down, down, forward, 2. They don't have no neutral there.
Yeah, they don't have neutral.
No.
So I think that's the difference.
But they have it on Kazuya's. I see the star.
Yeah. They have it on all the rest of the Mishimas.
Okay. They keep the star there. That's nice.
So what are we hoping for, Spiro, when we see Evo Japan? What do you think we're gonna see?
What am I hoping for at Evo Japan? Character variety in the finals. I would like to see a Paul make it in the top 16, maybe. That'd be nice. But Paul has not made like a top whatever in ever.
It's been a while.
I don't remember ever seeing the Paul.
I
No
almost
one's
feel like they need to like overly buff Paul, like to the point where they have to nerf him. But like Paul hasn't had a showing in a tournament, in like a high level tournament, in so long. I feel bad. So I would like to see that. That's a very specific random thing, but I would like to see character variety. I
I
guess
haven't seen a Leo either. I don't think I've seen a Leo.
Leo.
I'm looking at the
Leo
roster
Richie,
right
isn't Leo
now
Richie killing everybody with Leo?
on stream. I mean,
So
feel like
the last time, but I mean, whether you want to count this or not, the last time Paul was in a top 8 of a Tekken tournament was 2 years ago at the Battle of BC6.
I mean, I know there was I think that guy Hexmark did something with Paul. He got second place at that qualifier for EWC last year, and then Ilias, the Eddie player, beat him.
Yeah.
But that's about the only showing But that was like a challenger event. That wasn't even a master event.
oh, you're right. I'm looking at all the characters right now.
Yeah, Hexmark played it against Arslan Ash at UFA. And then
haven't seen
Suplex 96.
Paul, I don't remember seeing the top 8. I don't remember seeing a Leo in the top 8, unless I'm mistaken. I don't remember seeing a Lee in the top 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Didn't Dapper go really far with Leo at some big tournament?
Most recently,
Maybe not top 8, but I think Dapper went real far at Evo.
Ayo Richie went top 16 at TWT Master. Oh, which one though? It doesn't specify.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Top 16, top 8 is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not even looking for top 8. I'm just looking for top 16.
top 16. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's.
if it's top 16, then yeah, there's most likely characters in there for sure.
All right. So
Lee
anyway,
has
but
made it to a couple, but it's like not. It's just like regionals and stuff like that, and like no major tournaments.
But I would like. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, what I really want out of it all in the end, I just want the money to be in it, so the game stays alive and the popularity like stays what it is. Because I think they take Tekken out of EWC with the way this game is and how crazy it is and how volatile. See, then I think it would get really bad. Like then going back to what we were saying earlier about how like you're just saying how it's balanced and it's not fun because it's like so balanced. I think you take away all the money and now you have a balanced game that's outrageous like this. I think it's going to lose its fire real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll be playing. I'd probably be playing more retro Tekkens.
Oh, I would just move over to like Guilty Gear probably.
Well,
Honestly, the thing is though, like at the end of the day, while I'm not sure how I entirely feel about the game, one thing that I do know for sure is like whether people like it or not, you can crucify me for whatever or criticize me for not being like an old school Tekken player, whatever, these people that never left the past. I'm having fun. Tekken is fun. And as long as the game doesn't get so egregious, like I've never, like, yeah, some characters felt kind of annoying to beat, but even like peak Dragunov or like peak Anna and Nina, I've never once been in a situation where I'm playing these characters, even by higher level players, and just been like, I don't think anything I do will ever let me win.
It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah. I haven't had that feeling since Tekken 8.
Okay. Yeah, that's a rough feeling. When you fight and you're very versed and you know all the punishment and you know every string and you know everything about the character, and then you just fight somebody and they don't even need to do any of that. They're just doing some lame-o stuff and you're like, I can't do anything. I can't play the game. Or you think like, okay, I could pick this character and then I could do something because I see what they're doing to me. But if you try to do that, like fundamentally, the other character that you pick is just not on par.
Oh,
I
just had a thought, and I don't know why this didn't come up earlier. Because like I told you, like I'm, I guess as far as like fighting games, I'm pretty old school because I've been playing them for a long time. But like as far as Tekken, I'm like a newer Tekken quote unquote player, like new gen, just because I didn't learn Tekken until recently.
Right.
I'm thinking that maybe the plan for development is to basically not necessarily say, but basically say fuck you to all the old players that want this broken ass game, and they
Right.
just want like this new age of Tekken players to be like, I mean, you know, because realistically, I think this Tekken is still one of the more popular Tekkens player base wise, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe that something similar to that happened with the Guilty Gear scene with
Yeah.
Strive coming out. So
And Strive sold the most out of any Guilty Gear.
yeah,
Mm.
And, you know, like I said, I get it. Like, if you don't like this Tekken, you know, it is what it is. And I feel sorry for you for a certain extent because the game that you love is not in a state where you love it. But, like, if they wanted to keep being successful and selling more, like, this is kind of the path they have to take.
Yeah, it's true.
Whether
True.
you like it or not, this is what's keeping Tekken alive.
yeah.
Right. It is. It is. That's why I'm kind of learning to love it because it's like, you know what? Again, I'm just thinking about the past and I quote unquote love the game way more then than I quote unquote love the game now. And I'm like, wait, do I? Oh, I don't know. Like, yeah, I had all these extra moves. I had all this cool stuff with Eddie, but now I'm learning, like, you know, I'm making good use for what he has, and I'm not caught up in these. When I get blown up by somebody now, it's like, okay, they just made me guess, and I completely guessed wrong every time, and they just rushed me down with some plus frames, and I'm either going to guess right, or I'm going to power crush, or I'm going to sidewalk, or I'm going to try to counter hit him next time. And there's a great chance that he's not going to be able to do that again. And if I do lose, I'll lose differently. I don't mind losing if I could keep losing differently and I could see all the different ways the game could make me lose or the matchup could make me lose or whatever and different ways to work on stuff. But when you're losing in a game the same exact way,
Yeah.
there's nothing you could do about it. What are we doing here? Why are we even playing the game? Why would we ever want to do anything in life that you just can't improve and you can't get better, and you just like hit a glass ceiling and you're just like, oh, so this is what it is now? That sucks. That's like bad. So like when I think about that, I love Tekken 8, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I know some of the criticisms being like, oh, we're starting to basically play the casino game where it's just 50-50s left and right, and that's what it is. But like,
That's true. Yep.
it don't get me wrong, it's there. But like realistically, I feel like if you boil down to Tekken, if you were to describe Tekken to someone in like super basic terms, what would you say? What kind of game is it?
You're talking about like what high level Tekken is, let's say?
Yeah,
Or
like as an
just-
example,
yeah.
like Tekken as a, I guess like as a.
I got
not
a good
co-
one.
All right.
So one of my students messaged me and asked me what the difference was in Tekken 8 high level and Tekken 7 6.5, right?
Mhm.
It was a quick text, right? So high level Tekken 8 is being able to assert offense almost endlessly. Utilizing power crushes, sidestepping, parries, counter hits are where the almost comes in. Tekken 8 guessing is when to incorporate these things to endlessly push your offense along with plus frames and traditional 50-50s. But modern guessing isn't really just low or mid. It's when these other mechanics can be used against you or your opponent. The guessing options have greatly increased. Blocking loses chip damage, so it's better to interrupt with said mechanics instead of simply block and punish or duck a string. Compared to previous Tekkens, high level would be take absolute minimum risk, utilizing movement, spacing, defense, string knowledge, and safe low risk to medium reward attacks or low risk, high reward, and then staying solid and just blocking. And that's much simpler, but I think that's the difference. If you were to ask me, like now, you might as well just keep going, push buttons and keep going, because what's the point of blocking?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to block. Like there are times where you have to block, but more times than not, majority, you're better off power crushing, sidewalking, counter hitting than blocking.
And then what's Tekken to you? What it is now, or like what it was back then?
It'll always be what it was back then. But Tekken has become what it is now to me because it's relevant, and that's what the modern. I mean, I can still turn on Tekken 5 or Tekken Tag 1 and I will play you like real good at those games. Like I could really play that game the way it's meant to be played. I don't get my wires crossed. But once you turn on Tekken 6, Tag 2, or 7, I can't play that Tekken anymore. Like, it's just, my brain is wired for Tekken 8 now. So this new Tekken is what Tekken is to me now. It's forced aggression. But don't get me wrong, like we always have our moments where somebody wants to go too aggro. There's gonna be a punishable move that comes out. There's gonna be a high string that could be ducked. There's gonna be a string that could be stepped, and that's where your defense kicks in. And it's like if you could react and you could defend and duck and get around them, man, there's nothing better than this guy's like swinging away, going crazy. You're just like slide to the left, slide to the right. You just like and you just run them, and then you get going. So like to mentally defeat somebody and to conquer somebody's brain like with the right options and the right practice and the right execution. There's nothing more beautiful in the art of Tekken in that regard to me.
Because I was going to say, because that's the criticism I see probably the most is this isn't Tekken, so why are we still going in this direction? So that's why I was asking.
Right. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of things that I could agree with and that say that this is not Tekken, where you're just pushing buttons to get out of trouble. And like, I get that, but it's where we're at now. And like, you could still play the old Tekken. You could still block and punish. You could still wait and take your sidestep. That's as old as the game is. Like since they incorporated sidestepping in Tekken 3, like you could still do that. There's still situations in Tekken 3 that I'm playing the game now in Tekken 8 where I'm being pressured and I down one and I down jab. It's just no difference. I'm doing it when I was a 14-year-old kid and I was getting rushed down. I would duck jab. And I could still do that in that exact same situation, almost like literally like 25 years later. So Tekken is still Tekken in some situations, but it's not overall the same game. It's just evolution of the game, evolution of fighting games. We got to spice it up. We got to keep it interesting. We got to add more mechanics. We got to make it whatever. But we're also going to leave some legacy stuff in there as well. Certain moves literally look exactly the same as they did 20 years ago. The animations have not changed at all.
Some players think that this game is not fixable, which, let's be real, every game is fixable. Because there are, like I told Alan, like Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky. What was the other game I mentioned? I
don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm on the top of my head, but there was like
Fixable.
no game is unfixable. You can fix any game.
This is what needs fixing.
Yes.
It's not the game, it's your brain. If you think that the game is broken, then you're broken. It's not that the game needs fixing. It's that there are things that you don't like in the game that you're perceiving that this is how for somebody to be like, you broke the game needs to be fixed. That is the most opinionated statement, because that means whatever their idea of the game is, it is law that it must be this way. And if the game is not the way I think it is, then the game is broken and it needs fixing. That's what I take when I hear that statement. And that makes no sense, because like, that's like me being like, just put it back to the way it was in Tekken 5 DR. I want my unlaunchable back 3-3 with Eddie. I want my tracking down forward 2. I want my unparryable low. I want my 2 safe lows. I want my safe launching 50-50 from like that, and then like going down with the ship. If I don't have my character and my mechanics and my game exactly the way Eddie was at its peak in Tekken, like then the game is broken. It needs to be fixed until you put it back this way. That's how I take it when people that way, because like, shit. We played a game, and that whether it's Tekken or any other game, like the way the game started when it came out and the way the game finished, just with your character, the characters are like so different from the beginning to the end, and it goes in waves. It's like it's part of it. It switches and changes, and like you gotta have. I think people are just lazy and weak-minded and just unable to be able to hang with like, okay, I gotta like relearn this meta. I gotta relearn this stuff. And I mean, I was just telling you earlier, I think it's great that they only did a few patch notes so you don't have to relearn the whole system of the game. But sometimes you have to. So it's about attitude and mindset. And it's like, if you think the game is just broken, I mean, shit, is it broken? Have you ever been able to go and play your heart out at a video game in Tekken and be able to come home with $250,000 in a weekend? That don't seem broken to me. That seems like more opportunity to make it than ever before. Because when the game was so-called fixed and good, we were making you're winning Evo and you're winning like $1,500. Like, cool, man. I'm the best in the world at something. I won $1,500 for all that practice and all that time and all that. Like, it's like a joke. It's a joke. So that's why when you ask me, what do I want to see? I want to see the game promoted. I want to see. There's so much money in this world that goes into bad things, and there's so much money that goes into video games like Fortnite and all kinds of World of Warcraft and League of Legends. And like, if they have so much money in their game, like, why can't we have it in our game? So that's going to bring opportunity, attraction, more involvement, more numbers, all that. Money talks.
Yeah, and I don't, because I also don't know, because I don't even want to say, I don't want to outright say like there's something wrong with them, because you see it on a lot of like older players that aren't competing anymore or anything. As an example, like I don't have any ill will. I don't dislike this guy or anything, but like, Eris, the commentator.
Yeah, that's my man. I love Eris.
Yeah, hates the game. Always talks about how bad the game is. Anytime I see a clip of him, it's always him talking about, this isn't Tekken, this is dog shit. Like, what is this bullshit, right? And so,
okay.
And so, like I said,
allowed to say that.
Yeah. And again, yeah, he gets I think it's funny. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have any ill will. I like watching him. I just bring it up as an example. Yeah, I just bring it up as an example because he's not the only one. There's other people that do it. And I see people that do that, and it's like, yeah, I see that you have in your head like a game that you want to be a specific way, and if you don't like it, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but like, why keep bitching and being part of the community? And I'm not talking about Eris specifically. I'm talking about like just people online. It's like, why do you?
Right.
Yeah, like why are people still interacting with this thing that you clearly despise and hate? Unless you actually wanted to make it better, but not like give constructive criticism. Like, I don't know, because like ever since I've started Tekken 8, like I didn't love season 2. I didn't love a lot of the changes, I don't love some of the changes in season 3. But I've never once sat here and been like, fuck this game. This game is dog shit. Like, no, I was like, okay, I just got to play, deal with it, and then move on. And I don't know if it's because I'm constantly switching between games as it is, and I'm playing a shit ton. Like I've, even more recently, right, as far as multiplayer games, like I was playing Tekken, played Guilty Gear, played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I was playing Call of Duty Zombies. I used to really be big into Apex Legends, Marvel Rivals, Overwatch. These games, especially online games, are constantly changing. I can't be sitting here getting butthurt about every little change I don't like. I don't have the energy, time, or the emotional capacity to be doing that.
Right. I mean, it's funny that we're saying this. I think a lot of this, I'm thinking about it now, I think we all forget. Like, the game sucks because we're in the moment. But like, I was talking about Tekken 7. You're playing an Akuma or a Geese. Good luck.
Yeah.
Play Eddie Christie, double capos in tag 2.
Oh my God.
1 back 1-4 hits you and it's 70% of your life. Play Bob.
Oh, I was literally just thinking about that.
With rage and his rage chip damage and Bob. Like, play Steve Fox in 5.0 with Infinites. The only Tekken that I could honestly say that it's just not a bamboozle house and it's not ridiculous is DR. DR might be the only Tekken where you can't, because if you want to keep going, go to Tekken 4 and play Jin in Tekken 4 with Just Frame Laser Scraper. Play Mishimas and Changs and Ogres in Tag 1. It wasn't fair. Every Tekken was broke. And the more I think about Tekken 8, you know what? Yeah, is the game a complete, like, it's madness. The game is insanity. Things that are going on the screen are more graphic and like exploding and lights and this and that, like more than ever. But man, I mean, you play Paul and old Tekkens and you get hit by 2 death fists and the game's over. And like, everybody forgets about all this. So like you could take any Tekken, and I'm sure if I could say this for all the Tekkens, I'm sure y'all could say this for different Street Fighters and different Guilty Gears and different Mortal Kombats and all these other games. There was probably broken things in every version of every game at one point or another.
Of course.
Right.
There's no way.
And I bet you if you sat down with Ares, or if you sat down and we talked about it, if I brought him back to like the games, the Tekkens that he knows and loves, I'll be like, hey, remember this shit? And he'd be like, yeah, that was fucked up. I'm like, yeah, bro. It's just as fucked up, you know. Okay, I forgot about that. I guess that does suck, you know. Like I said, DR is the only Tekken that I could think of that did not have any kind of spammable, broken, chaotic, like, oh my God, here comes this character again. You know, it just wasn't. That's the only Tekken. But every other Tekken had some dumb shit.
Yeah. And I was also, yeah, because I brought it up also because I think it's also like, you see it in the broader gaming landscape, that type of mindset also, where like you see, the immediate, like, you hear one bad thing about a game and it's like, let's all dogpile and dog shit on it. Like it's,
I think a lot of it is just bandwagon and people following people and
echo chamber.
Yeah. I think it's a huge echo chamber of existence right now.
Like I think the reason I watch so much, because obviously, like, again, I watch a lot of YouTube, but it's not because I'm just sitting here fucking being unemployed degenerate. No, I work in a job where I'm very lucky, where I get to work in an office setting as a network engineer, and so I'm allowed to have YouTube playing in the background, so I can just listen to shit.
Yes, right.
And so I watch a lot of YouTube, and one mindset that I've never gotten, I always talk to Jeremy about it because he says it, and I don't like, I'm not faulting him for thinking this way. He's allowed to not like whatever he doesn't like. I just don't like it. Like, I don't like that mindset of like, I don't like him and his opinions, so therefore I don't listen to him, or they're not valid. Right. So as an example, like FDX, the main man Sui, those are the more kind of like people that have certain controversial opinions, not necessarily all of them, that some people just outright don't like or won't listen to. But I like listening to their takes. I like listening to Joka. I'll listen to Arson Ash. I'll listen to K-Wiss, even if I don't necessarily like him as like a content creator. But I like listening all these different takes. I listen to Spag. I listen to, I'm forgetting the name of this guy, but he's a newer content creator. I say newer. He's a content creator for Tekken 8, and he's a Jin player, plays some of the Mishimas. But he's, went on the whole talking shit on season 2. But I like listening to every single opinion, whether I dislike it or whether I agree with it or not, because it gives me, it obviously gives you like a point of view. Like, it gives you something like sometimes,
you got to have other points of view, of course.
Yeah. And sometimes K-Wiss, the main man, Sui Fi, no matter how much they despise the game, they'll sit there and say they never want to play it again and boot up Street Fighter, but they might say something that I never thought of. And I was like, okay, well, that maybe changes my opinion about something. Like, even how you said specifically about the Huorang thing, like, you made me change made me think about that in a different light. Like, even with you having the fastest while Rising punish on that, you still, there's still windows where you couldn't hit it. I don't have to deal with that because obviously, like, I'm going off of Reina, Lily, and Miris, who those are the characters that I play. So I don't, it's never a situation I ran into. So yeah, that's another mindset that I don't understand. Like, you should be willing to listen to other people. Like, in that, again, for example, like, willing versus like just outright denying it are two different things. So I don't want to I don't want to sit here and try to paint Jeremy he's closed-minded, because he's not. He's absolutely not. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not outright denying these content creators. The reason I can't bring myself to watch them anymore, because I'm seeing it from an actual dev's perspective, and I just feel like they're misinformed about things, and it's hard for me to watch it.
That's fair.
Knowing that, being in the industry. So I just I just don't subject myself to it anymore. Like when PDX was doing his like match analysis, sweet, cool. I can watch that all day. But once you start talking about devs and all these other patch notes and all this, I'm like, I can't.
So basically, these guys are just bashing it. They're saying that do you have any kind of context of what they are upset about, or what they don't like, or what they want?
So, as an example, more recently I watched Fee. He's not like outright shitting on the game necessarily. He goes in and explains like what he expects, because again, he brought up the same thing. He talked about the announcement and what their explanation of what like back to basics means and stuff like that. So he went into explaining that, which I really like. I think it's good to bring that to attention. But then he just goes down the patch notes, and then he like brings up the characters. And so he brought up things like Lily's, some of her changes are kind of like a little bullshit, I would say. As an example, he talked about how Drag has that new move that covers his weak side, that weird spin bullshit. So he goes on and
hit of back to or whatever. Yeah.
So he goes on and explains like why the fuck would they put this in to just cover a weakness. Like I think he goes on to explain that if we're talking about character identity, this kind of goes against the point. Like if you're trying to, exploit a weakness that a character has that they should have, why are you just trying to give it this bullshit move to cover it? So it's like, that's the, like, what he's kind of going into. He's basically trying to understand and wonder like what the devs are thinking, because some of these changes don't make sense. But then he goes on to explain like some of the changes are good, obviously, like the Ana low thing being swappable. So I think he's being pretty fair for the most part.
So what I'm getting out of it is he's just trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah.
He's trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he's creating chaos and confusion and outrage. And I mean, this is what they do this on purpose. A lot of this is done on purpose. And a lot of we are so analytical and critical thinking of every little thing. And we're looking at every little move, and we're looking at every little thing, and like, it just ain't that serious for these guys, these developers. They're like the kind of people that are like, yo, I'm just coming to work. I'm just doing what I'm told. They don't have a passion for the game. They don't have a love of the game. They don't have historical knowledge and like legacy lore of what developed, whether it be the character storyline, or they took these moves from this character after Ogre did this. And like, there's nothing. These guys are just coming there to get a paycheck, and they don't know shit about Tekken. They just know they're probably just video game basic developers, and they're just doing what they're doing. And
I can't dispute that, because there are definitely devs who are just there for a paycheck.
Paycheck.
Who do not care.
And now you're mixing that with emotional people that get hyper emotional over the patch, over what their character gets, over the integrity of the game, over the competitive scene, over the anything and everything you could name, you could think of and name it. It's just all this emotion and all this passion and love and history and like childhood shit, and it's all getting flustered by these devs that they're like, yo, I'm not involved. Like I'm just a developer, and I just do what I'm told to do. And it's like we're all like, we all have this passion and this love for a hobby, and we want that to be our job, so we could make it make sense, and we could put all that into it and fix this and fix that and do what makes it in our minds, like makes it balanced or whatever. But like, I just think it's a clash of personality and emotion, and like, you got these people that are playing the game for the love. Like FDX, like, saved himself with it through the love of Tekken. This guy made a living for himself and got himself out of a bad situation, and like proved to his family that he can make a living with what he loves. Like what an amazing story that comes from him. So talk about a guy that loves the game so much, who like literally took that love and freed himself from his situation and made a living and made a life for himself. Like, and then you see the devs like, yo, back to basics. Like you want to hear something crazy. Like, do you guys know the new move that Eddie got?
No, I actually don't.
No.
It's relax 4, 3+4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys know he's got a move relax 4, 3?
No.
That's his heat engager. It's the kick.
Yeah.
Overhead.
The heat engager.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's relax 4, 3. And you know what that is on block?
What?
See if you guys remember your frame data. What's Eddie's Relax
I did
4.3 on
not.
block?
I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
Minus 13, right?
I was gonna say minus
Okay.
12.
You're right there. Okay. So the new move, Relax 4, 3 plus 4. Guess what it is on block?
Minus 15. I don't know.
Minus 13.
Minus 13.
Oh,
Guess what it does when it hits?
Heat
it's just
engager?
No. It
No,
just hits.
Just
it
a
just
move.
hits.
Oh,
It's a normal hit.
It gets 1 damage more than Relax 4-3.
I
That's
see.
it. So they gave him literally find another character in the game where the extension of the first part of the move is literally the same frame data as the extension of the second. As I say, they gave him a copy of his own move. It was just a move from back in the day that he used to have, and it was safe. They made it unsafe, and it does nothing different.
And why
You
would you
cancel
ever
it.
use it? I guess because you can cancel it.
You can cancel it for a Mandinga mix. Ooh. And they made the Mandinga low minus 14 now. And they took away the damage. They're like, oh, let's just kill. Let's just shit on Eddie more. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. I'm not trying to complain at all. I'm just trying to say, like, they literally gave my character a copy of a move he already has.
with less on it.
And it doesn't engage heat. I mean, you could use it as a wall splat if you. The only time I've thought of a way to use it instead of the other one, if you don't want to use your heat, if you have heat available and you want to not do a heat engager, that's how you could use it. Like, woo, whatever. So the
Yeah.
point is that like they don't even know what they're doing. When I saw them give him that, and it's the same as literally, and then they said like, oh, we've changed the properties of the second hit of Relax 1-3. So hold on, let me read it to you. So I'm not making it up. So I'm actually reading to you verbatim. Wait till you hear this. This just shows you they don't know what they're doing, and we have to stop taking them so seriously because these are just guys that are going to work trying to get a paycheck. Ready? Relax 1-3. Where are Negativa 1-3? Ready? Adjusted the startup frames for the first attack, so they made that quicker. Right? Modified the opponent's reaction on counter hit for the second hit to improve follow-up opportunities. When it hits counter hit now, they hit their face on the ground and you get a free Relax 3+4. You get a ground hit. That's it. It used to be a counter hit launcher. So how is taking my launcher away for a free ground hit improve follow-up opportunities? That don't sound like I'll take the launcher. Thanks.
Right, I'll take the launcher every time.
Right, exactly.
And the move is still minus 14. So now it doesn't even launch, and the second hit's minus 14, and it's not natural hit if the low hits, unless it's count. Like, they don't even know what they're doing. They're completely lost. And there might be one guy or two guys that does know what's going on, and he'll like slip in and be like, okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that. And then they go like, oh, we're going to create this whole forum, this whole server where you could put in all your requests. We're going to be for the players. We're going to accept all of your feedback. What happened to hashtag T8 report? What happened to hashtag T7 report where you would report it online on Twitter and that would be it? Now they're trying to be like, oh, they're not going to listen. They're just making you think they're going to make a Discord and you're going to go in there and tell them what you want. Okay, yeah. Tell me what you want. Okay, we'll work on it. Okay. I got to talk to the developer. Come on, bro. Like, you think they care about you? They don't care about you. Come on.
Like I said, I think this is
Yeah,
just a young team, dude. It's just a young team.
But it's also like, again, I think the crux of the issue just being the player's mindset. I think, don't get me wrong, you're allowed to love something, be really invested in something. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, realistically, for 99% of us, it's a video game. It's entertainment. Like, you should treat it as such. You should be like, hey, as long as this is good and I'm having fun, do it. But the second that you stop having fun and you're becoming emotional and it's affecting your mental state, maybe just get away, bro. Like, I think I'm extremely lucky in where when it comes to entertainment, whether it's music, movies, books, games, whatever it is.
Right.
If I'm enjoying it, I like it and I'm going to watch it. I'm not too critical about it. My bar for entry on what I enjoy is actually pretty low. I'll be real, because at the end of the day, I'm using it to have some fun. Like, I'm just trying to de-stress a little bit. And I don't let like the author, the artist, the developer, whether they all do shitty shit, I don't let that affect my enjoyment of something.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought of a solution for a lot of this, right? think about how much energy and time that people put into complaining and being upset about the game, the current game, right? Why don't we just do what they did for Street Fighter? Why don't we just pick our favorite retro Tekken and mainstream it and put that energy, money, time, advertisement, marketing, whatever you want to do, create servers, create websites, create meetups, create groups, and mainstream an old game, and then we play the old game and play the new game. And if you don't want to play the new game, play the old game. If you want to play both, play both. You just play what you want, and then there'll still be the modern build, and then Third Strike is still being played everywhere.
It was played at Evo recently.
Yeah.
It's still being played at Evo. So if they could do it with Third Strike, how about we stop crying and complaining about the current game? Leave it alone, because they're putting up $1 million a year just with EWC. And
get DR. Go set up DR servers.
I am surprised that Evo wants to do their like retro game section. I am surprised we haven't gotten DR.
It makes me wonder. You don't talk about conspiracy. Like, it's the best Tekken ever made. Like I said, I could sit here and tell you about every Tekken where there's broken characters, and I can't tell you about what's broken in DR. I cannot. There is nothing that's broken in DR. Now, I'll have words with anybody that wants to argue with me with that. Maybe Wang's back 2-1, 1-4. Back 2-1, 1-4 is a safe mid with a guaranteed 1-4. Okay, that was pretty cheap. But you could also sidewalk it. You could also like reverse it, and you know what I mean? So it's not like, or if it back 2-1 gets blocked, it's -9. So like, okay, you take your turn. So it's not that broken. So like, I don't know. Why don't we just play DR and play Tekken 8, and we'll have both? And it's so different in time. Like, it's so long ago where it is doable to play both at a high level. I don't know. Although then again, King Ray Jr. would be like going to South Florida and playing Tekken 7 like a madman, and then jumping over and playing Tekken 8. Like, I don't know how anyone could do that. And he's not even using a different character. He's using Asuka for both games.
Yeah, he's a freak, bro. Yeah. I don't know.
What is that? I mean, what's his name? Droopy did the same thing. Droopy over there getting second place in both games also. Like, Droopy and King Ray Jr. got first and second in Tekken 8 and Tekken 7. And, like, they're both playing the same characters. Like, how you guys... Maybe, you know why? I know. Maybe they didn't have as many hours in that game as I had. I don't know. Maybe I have too many hours, and or maybe I'm just too old. I just don't know. I don't know. But it doesn't make. I could play Tekken 5 and before that. But once you get, maybe I could play Tekken 6, maybe. But once you start getting a tag 2-7, it's just too close to the modern, Yeah. But no, let's do both. Let's bring it back.
All right, there's the solution, guys. Quit complaining and start setting up DR.
That's it. Anytime you want to cry or complain or whine, let's just put our energy and our love for the game towards getting a DR community going. And I will be more involved with that than I would be involved with this.
So here's my last point. I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
Tekken 8, as of right now, has no competition. The competition is not out yet. There's a new Virtual Fire coming out at some point.
New DOA coming out.
DOA coming out at some point. It's just Tekken 8.
What about Street Fighter?
No, sorry.
But as a 3D fighter.
Oh, 3D.
No Soul Calibur games coming out anytime soon. I hope so, but it's not coming out anytime soon.
Because realistically, it's not like Bamco's looking over at Street Fighter, seeing their success and being like, well, they're better than us. It's like, no, it's a completely different game. They're probably like, well, we own the 3D market. Like, everyone that's a 3D player is playing Tekken.
Exactly.
Interesting. You think that matters?
You look at
I think so.
Just play numbers. So. Yeah, I think so. Like, you just look at play numbers across the board. Tekken 8 has more numbers than DOA and VF.
Oh, but they always have.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like that's why I almost look at it like it's not even a competition in that regard. I think they're if just from what I see, and I could be 100% wrong because I don't know. I'm just a guy that goes to tournaments my whole life. Games that are in competition with Tekken are the games that have more entrants in Tekken. Whether it's Super Smash Brothers, whether it's Street Fighter, or whether it's Dragon Ball Fighters, like whatever it is, I just feel like If we want Tekken on top, regardless if it's 2D, 3D, 4D, 1D, like we want the most entrants in our game. That's how I would see it. But from a 3D perspective, Tekken always is the number one.
I can see that perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, for sales.
I just really hope DOA, mainly Virtua Fighter, honestly. I hope Virtua Fighter. DOA, you think DOA?
I think because like I think DOA will always, because I think DOA has always historically had more players than Virtua Fighter. It's easier to pick up.
No, we gotta get those. I gotta know those numbers.
Realist used to tell me Virtua Fighter is the hardest fighting game to learn.
Oh, 100%. I believe that.
100%. Yeah.
That game is already like out the gate trying to pick it up and learn the controls feels so clunky because I'm just not familiar with it.
Like, I just hope when these two games come out, they light a fire under Tekken's ass. I'm like, hey, you should probably do something. That's my hope.
I hope so too. I just hope so. I just hope that Tekken, I don't know. When it comes to gameplay now, like I've given up being like, oh, I want them to nerf everything. At this point, my brain is like, yo, you better just learn everything. And even though I'm not going to be able to always keep up with everything I know, just the more you know, the more you practice it, the more you rehearse it. Maybe there's a chance you'll duck the string, you'll block the move, you'll sidewalk the move in a big moment, because I've given up being like, oh, well, they're going to tone things. Like they ain't toning shit down. They're going to crank it up. They're going up. They're going to get more crazy. They're going to get more intense. This is just like the world we live in. Everything in our life and our reality is more intense. It's more high pressured. It's more responsibility. It's more passwords. It's more logins. It's more this. Like Tekken is no different. They're just going with the times.
Meanwhile, Spiro's just here. Can I get an Eddie buff, please? An Eddie buff here.
Just give me what are we doing? Giving me an old move and making it punishable and giving it the exact same effect of the other move that's already there. Like, and then half the time you try to you hit a counter, hit forward 3, and you get the free relax 4-3, and you smear it and you get the new move and you don't get your heat extension. I try to it ends up fucking you up. Like, damn it, man! I wasn't trying to do a 3 ball. I was trying to hit 3. Like, I was like, yeah, they just made Eddie even worse. But hey, it's okay. I got some tricks though. I got some tricks that I'm bringing into this year's TWT, moves that no one is using with Eddie. Got some new shit.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
New shit. Oh yeah, it's gonna be annoying, and it's gonna be very annoying.
All right, I think we'll go ahead. We've been at it for a little while. We did not have a plan whatsoever. I didn't know what was going to be coming out.
No, we winged it good.
So
we always do.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on, Spiro. You're always a great time to have on.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
And then for everyone else, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.